everybody, and welcome back to Indie Chat with James Berberich. I'm your host, James Berberich, and I'm here with Jared Michael Leon. How you doing today?
All right, how are you?
Good, very good. So you've got quite the impressive record going on here. You're really impressive to me of how many of these short films you're putting out and the quality that they're coming from. That's kind of like what's really caught my eye lately.
Oh man, we appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. So that's why I definitely wanted to have you on your on my show here. And I wanted to get into kind of like what got you into filmmaking.
What got me into filmmaking was like a mistake, actually. My church, my mom was trying to get me back into church. She was like directing like plays and stuff.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah, she was like really into the arts, always into the arts and all that. And I was kind of not knowing what to do. And she kind of suggested I join a media ministry at the church to try to get me like into the church in some way, form, or fashion. Just like, hey, do this. Maybe
Okay.
you'll get connected, you know?
Yeah.
And I ended up, kind of liking it. It was just at first, every Sunday you would show up and just like, man the camera and just kind of go back and forth. And then it branched into like editing and I downloaded Windows Movie Maker. I don't know if you know about that. It's a horrible program.
Right.
Yeah, you lose 3 hours worth of work if you don't save your project, and the thing would freeze all the time. And I started, editing some like simple stuff, like not even really taking myself serious as a filmmaker. I was more into skateboarding.
Okay.
And in skateboarding, you got to record tricks and get cameras and stuff. So I bought a camera for that, but I never really used it because it was so bad. You had to use like those cassette tape things and all that. And I don't know, I just kind of fell into it from just being there so long. My mom got an email from this lady in Arizona and was like, you guys want to come to our boot camp thing? So we came to this boot camp and, it was like a shoot a short film in a week type thing.
Oh, okay.
And, we shot it and it was cool. Like we didn't really get the whole experience, we didn't get to edit it. It was kind of more like, let's take turns holding the camera.
Okay.
All right, I got this shot. I want you to just be on the dolly while I push you. And it was kind of interactive, but not really, but kind of, wet the application. And so when we got back, they kind of told us what cameras to get and stuff like that. So the DSLRs were just popping up. So I got the T2i and I shot my first short film. Yeah. With the T2i, which was horrible. I would never show that nowadays. And,
I shot my first one on a T3i.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Well, first kind of like legitimate one. Yeah.
Yeah. You had the flip screen though, right? With the
I did.
Yeah. We didn't have that.
Oh, okay.
It was bad back then. You think it's great and you look back like, oh my goodness. But we jumped right into our first movie after that.
Okay.
And that's kind of how it happened. It was just falling into it by mistake and then just kind of getting hooked. So now we are here.
Wow. So that's you and your mom are kind of like tag team.
Yeah. She's more the creative writing, directing, producing, acting, coaching, all that. And I'm more like the technical part where I'm the, shooting, editing, sound design, all that.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. You're like me. I kind of learned all those tricks as well from the,
Right. Yeah.
Camera work, sound work, figuring it all out, being a one-man band in the beginning.
Yeah.
So, like I said in the beginning here, you guys are doing amazing. You're kind of like pumping out these really good quality, like one-offs, these short films that are like designed for actors, demo reels, more or less.
Yeah.
So how many have you done now? It's quite a few.
Yeah, we've done over 50 now. We just hit our over 50 mark. We made like 50. A little video celebrating it. Yeah. It's crazy. We have so many now that we literally forget the ones we've done.
Right.
We're like, oh yeah, we did do that one. Like, like talk about it. And we're like, oh yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. So it's weird. Like you do so many, it becomes almost like a blur. Like,
right.
It's crazy.
How long have you guys been making those then?
The reel to reel stuff?
Yeah.
It's only been about a year and a half.
Oh, you've done 50 in a year and a half?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy. The movies that we did really kind of prepared us because usually you start with the short films and you jump into the movies, but we actually jumped into the movies and then did the short films. So it's kind of like a reverse engineering thing.
Right. Yeah.
That kind of helped, I guess.
Yeah.
Prepare us. But yeah, I really liking this because, you know, with the movies, you know, it's great. You're filming a movie, but you're like 2 years of your life sometimes is put into it. And
Yeah.
then 6 months editing, whatever. And then you put it out. And then sometimes after you put it out, it's like, it's just gone. And then
Yeah.
I guess go on to the next project, you know, it's
Right.
just like, dang. So with this, I kind of can be like fresh. Like I'm just, you know, always it's something new. It's like
Right.
every time. So, and then we're helping actors out a lot. And that's, you know, rewarding in itself too. So,
Mm-hmm. For sure. Yeah. Just to connect and yeah, just to see the
right.
progress of everything and just making
Yeah.
those connections really helps out as a filmmaker.
Right. Yeah.
So how long has it been since you and your mom kind of got into filmmaking? You'd say the years. How many years has it been?
We got into it 2012-ish.
Oh, 2012? Okay.
Yeah, that was when when we started shooting our movie.
Okay.
And we shot that on the 70. So I actually upgraded after the short film. I bought a 70 and we shot
Okay.
the movie on the 70.
Yeah.
I
bet.
Yeah, that was a crazy experience. But yeah, it's about 2012.
Okay. So what are you filming on now?
Right now, man, the cameras I use are like, I go for like compact because you know, when you're filming for 12, 10 hours, you know, you get, and it's on a gimbal and all that, it gets heavy.
Yeah.
So I film like on a Sony 6500, Sony 6600, so like the really small.
Right. Yeah.
Well, you know how small they are.
Right. I know what they look like.
They're like very small. They're like really
Yeah.
small.
Yeah. I know what they are. Yeah.
So it's like people look at them when they come in sometimes like, what is this?
That's it.
You know? But they're powerful, man. They're
Right.
really
They are. Yeah. Yeah. I've shot 2 feature films now on the Sony A7S or A7. Yeah. A7S2.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good camera. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the low light and everything like that for the guerrilla style shooting is
Right.
great. Yeah,
It's awesome.
yeah.
Are you a Sony guy too, or?
Yeah, I have been. Yeah, it's like
Okay.
it's either I was Canon. I do a lot of Canon for like the shorty stuff, but when I do the bigger stuff, I always lean towards Sony because I know I can get a better image in just
Right.
like
The low
guerrilla
lighting.
style. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, what are you working on now? You got another, I guess you got another one rolling already on the next
Yeah, I just
reel?
actually finished editing another one today that will be probably releasing tomorrow, and then
Okay.
after that, I got a couple more. But yeah, it's coming steady. Thank God, especially with the environment, the COVID thing, and all that.
Yeah.
It's been kind of crazy. We took a break for about, you know, since March, and then we started up like maybe 4 or 5 months later. So it was like,
Yeah.
you know, we started building momentum, and then it just went, you know, down. And it was just
Mhm.
like, man, I want to film, you know,
Right.
that
I know.
thing.
I know the
You want to
feeling.
film something.
Yeah, I was doing all these online videos, and then that hit, and I just like,
Yeah.
I don't know, put me in a slump, and then I'm
Right.
back into it. I'm like, all right, I feel it. I feel the energy
Right.
again.
Yeah. So it was crazy with the whole COVID thing. And
Mhm.
yeah, so we actually shot we actually shot a short horror film that is not realtor related at all, but we
Okay.
shot it in like 2 days or something like that. But I haven't had time to edit it because I'm doing all the reel to reel stuff. So I'm
Okay.
like trying to find time to like knock out some of these reels and then go
Mhm.
back and then start, you know, doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that should be interesting. That's like our first horror, you know, thing we've done. So
Okay.
it's kind of interesting how that's gonna turn out. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's just, you know, keep trying to keep going forward and,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah, I've just been doing a lot of writing, just building it up. I was like, so once I'm
Right.
able to get out again and get going, I'm like, all right, I got all this material.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to.
That's the good thing about being a writer, right? You can
Yeah,
always kind of, even with COVID, you can kind of just sit there, close the door, and then get in your zone and
right.
great.
Yeah. So you're doing a lot of these reel to reel. So are you gonna do any other big feature films like you did, like you started off, or are you just gonna kind of hang into the reel to reel for now?
For now, I think we're gonna hang in with the reel to reel just
Okay.
because it's the feature films, like I said earlier, it's so much to endure. You know, it's just like so much time. You know, you probably know how it is. It's a lot of your time. It's like your life. That becomes your life. It's
is.
like you're breathing this movie every
Right.
day until it's done, and it could take years. And this
Yeah.
is kind of like, yeah, like a lighter version where it's like a week or so. Okay, I'm on to the next thing, and
Right.
so it's a little different, a little
Hmm.
easier, and like I said, we get to work with the actors, and it's always cool to kind of to help and see them get their reels and they're happy with them, and
Right.
that's kind of cool too. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's just a different feeling. Like the movies, like I said, it can be intense. It's
Yeah.
like, but yeah, it's a good break. You know, we might get back to it someday. I
Hmm.
won't say we will never do it again. I mean,
Right.
it's, filmmaking. You get into it because you want to make movies, right?
Right.
But it's good to take a break. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely good. Yeah, I've had my break. I'm ready to get back into it. Definitely at the maybe I might knock one out this fall, but definitely next spring or summerish, I'll be back into knocking out my shorts once again.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Hopefully to work with you on one of the projects at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be really great because I like your like lighting style and everything as well. Because I saw the first thing I saw you do was the one with Kathy Sanders and the series she was working on.
Oh yeah. That was a
Yeah,
while. Yeah, that was a while ago.
yeah. Because I had her in my TV pilot I was working on about 2 years ago, and then I saw her doing around. I was like, wait, this looks really cool. I was like, who's the DP or camera operator on this? And it was you. And I was like, okay. So I
Yeah,
need to
that
work
was
with this guy.
Kathy Sanders is great, man. She's
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Yeah.
She's really fun to work with.
Always positive on set. Yeah, she's
Yeah,
good.
definitely. Always great to work with for sure. All right, so we reached the point in my series where it's called the three top three. So I'm gonna start off by asking you your three favorite directors. We'll go with directors for you.
Direct. Oh man. That's so hard. James Cameron's definitely up there.
Okay, for sure.
Steven Spielberg,
Yeah.
Tarantino.
Okay.
Yeah, that's three.
That's
And I would say
three.
Christopher Nolan too. Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
lot.
it's like you're like running straight up everything I would 100% agree with. Those are
Yeah,
all right there for me.
yeah,
Yeah, the only
yeah.
thing I would add in the mix would be Michael Mann. Would be the only other one.
Michael Mann.
Those are like
Yeah.
my top four, actually. That's right there at it. Yeah, I would say.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say Ryan Coogler too, even though he only did like
Oh,
about three movies, but like
yeah,
they're
yeah.
so great.
Right. Yeah, I would definitely put him in there
Oh
as
yeah.
well. Huge fan of his work. Okay, so the next thing is your three favorite movies.
Three favorite movies. Man. Hey, this might come off weird, but I would put Avengers. The first Avengers movie is in there somewhere.
The first Avengers?
The first one, when Loki invades New York and all
Oh,
that.
I
Man,
know
I love
exactly.
that movie.
Okay.
I love that movie. What's another one? So a movie that is so hard, man, to come up with three movies off the top. Okay, Avengers.
Yeah.
Man, I've been watching a lot of TV shows and series lately. I don't. Oh man.
Okay.
Dang, it's hard. Man.
That-
I can't think. It would probably be like a Quentin Tarantino. Oh, what about Inglorious? I want to say Inglorious Bastards is really good.
right.
Who else did I say? Oh, Training Day.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh, Man, that's hard. That's
That's great.
so many good movies out there. It's hard.
We've done three.
Yeah, that's three. That's three. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Now that you've kind of been in it for a while, say almost 8 years now, you've been in it, and then so what would you recommend to up and coming? Three things you recommend to upcoming filmmakers that kind of want to get into it and see what you're doing and kind of let them know what they should know to get into it.
I would say it's definitely not success overnight type thing.
Yeah.
People get into it thinking, oh, like in a year I'm gonna blow up and then I'm gonna be the next big thing. No, you got to put in a lot of work, and it's a lot of time and hours of learning and trying out things and failing. And it's an endurance run, really. Like you gotta be really dedicated. You gotta really love what you're doing, because you're gonna be doing a lot of things, to make ends meet on the side as well. you know, you're gonna be doing weddings and stuff, and realize, oh, maybe I don't want to do this.
I've been there.
Crazy, yeah, and you know, all this other stuff, and then you just kind of push through it, and then you'll, you know, eventually find, you know, something out there that'll just keep inspiring you to try to chase it. You know,
Yeah.
some people, you know, I've seen people like have been in the industry way longer than me, kind of retire and get out of it and stuff, and kind of, you know, not saying that starting a family is bad, but
Yeah.
like they'll just kind of settle down, and then that's it. Like you don't see the filmmaking stuff on their Facebook page anymore. It's like pictures of their kids, and
Oh yeah.
this is like,
Yeah.
oh man, like that's great. I mean, but you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's definitely an endurance run, and definitely it's almost like a lifestyle. Like you gotta keep in it like
Yeah.
a lot of your time. Like they
Right.
said, 10,000 hours to master something. Like you got to
Right.
really put a lot of time into it to get, you know, good at it, and
You do.
do it consistently, and do as much as you can. Like on the side, go out and shoot when you, like, even if you don't even have actors. Like I would go out in like the wilderness and just shoot, you know, stock footage and stuff like that, just to get my composition good.
Right. Done
And
that.
yeah, it's a lot. It's definitely a lot of work. It's not all fun and games. It's a lot of work, but if you love it, you'll stay for it and endure, you know, the bad times as well as the good times. And it's quite a journey. You meet a lot of great people during it, and yeah, it's great. You said, did you say 3?
3.
That
was a couple actually mixed in.
That was a combination of things.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, and just, I would say do everything to find the one thing that you're the best at, or you know, just dabble with a lot of things, styles, genres.
Right.
Don't feel like you can only do one. I would say, you know, I feel like some people just don't want to go outside of what they know.
Right.
And it's like, if George Lucas didn't go outside of what he knew, he wouldn't have made Star Wars. And I think people need to just take more chances and go outside of, you know, what they expect from you or what you think you should be doing, and try something new, you know? Yeah. So
that's really good advice there. So where can people check out your work?
You can check us out on YouTube at JCO Productions.
Oh, you're freezing there. Hold on.
Real DMV.
Hang on there. Say it one more time. You kind of froze on my end.
Okay. You can find us at Facebook. It says my internet connection is unstable.
You're good. You're hanging in for now, though.
Okay. All right. You can find us at Instagram at Real to Real DMV, Facebook Real to Real, and on YouTube at JCO Productions Real to Real. All
right. Sounds really good. Glad to have you on the show. Best of luck to you and your mom. An amazing tag team duo, it seems. And definitely go check him out